Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. I thought that I would uh, continue some Beach Boys content. I had a really good response with my Beach Boys review video that I did a few days ago when I saw Mike Love and Bruce Johnston in Williamsburg, Virginia, and got a lot of great comments from everybody. I really appreciate it. And I recently saw my buddy Gary over at Physical Format Rock and Roll, who gave me some nice comments as well on my last video for the Beach Boys. He ranked his favorite Beach Boys songs. And I was actually planning to do a ranking of the Beach Boys songs. Again, it's summertime. Perfect time to do something like this. I haven't done a ranking video in a long time. I've been trying to stay away from ranking videos. So many other channels do it so much better, like my buddy Rich Strickler. But I thought that I would give you all some honorable mentions as well as my top 10 as of now favorite Beach Boys songs. So if you would indulge me, I will go ahead and jump into that. Now, obviously, the thing is, these are my favorites. I'm not saying these are the best Beach Boys songs. I'm not saying these are the most complex Beach Boys songs. They're my favorite. They're the ones that I listen to. I don't get tired of these ever. And they're some of my favorite songs, really, of all time. But so please be respectful in the comments when some of your favorites don't make the list. I will go ahead and say off the bat that I prefer post surf music Beach Boys. That's just what I prefer. I love that stuff. I love stuff like Fun Fun Fun, I Get Around, Barbara Ann, all that stuff. But those songs are not going to make my list. All that to say, there are a couple that are from that era that make the list. And some of them are big hits. A lot of these songs are hit songs. But it's not going to be as heavy on like the cars and the surfing songs. Although there might be one or two of those in the list, at least in the honorable mentions. So, without further ado, I'm going to jump right into this. If you would, comment, subscribe, share the video. I don't ask for that all the time, but I would love for you all to subscribe. I would love to get to the number 1.5K for subscribers. I think that would be kind of a cool number here, kind of midway through the year. So please share the channel, talk about it. If you know Beach Boys fans, let them know about this video. I would appreciate it. So, in no particular order, I'm going to throw out some honorable mentions that didn't make the list. Again, these are in no particular order. And I'll also say that the songs that are on my list are all original Beach Boys songs. And what I mean by that is they were written by, Brian Wilson, Mike Love, Carl Wilson, whoever was involved in the writing. They were like first recorded by the Beach Boys. So I do have some honorable mentions that are cover songs. In terms of songs that I listen to a lot, one of my favorite songs that the Beach Boys do is I Can Hear Music. It was a song by the Ronettes. Carl Wilson does it beautifully. I love that song. I love the song "Do You Want to Dance." Dennis sings that song. It was originally by Bobby Freeman. "Cotton Fields," that Al Jardine sings a great lead on. That's an old traditional tune. So those are three covers that made my honorable mentions. I also had the song "Do It Again," which just was on my top 10, and then I remembered a couple other songs, and so it unfortunately didn't make the grade. But "Do It Again" is a fantastic tune. Again, kind of that summery kind of Beach Boys sound that came out later in their career. Well, I'll say that. It came out in the late 60s, I think on the 2020 album, for them to kind of go back in style to what they were made famous for. So "Do It Again" makes the list. "Add Some Music to Your Day" is an awesome song, I think, from the Sunflower album, if I'm not mistaken. And that one's a cool song because all the Beach Boys sing lead at some point on the track. "In My Room," beautiful Brian Wilson ballad. "Little Saint Nick" made the list. I love that song from the Christmas album. Just fantastic. And then "Forever," the Dennis Wilson tune from Sunflower. Just a fantastic ballad on piano by Dennis. So let's jump into number 10. This is a song that I first learned when I saw Brian and Al back in 2016 for the Pet Sounds tour. It's from this album right here, Holland, and it's the song "California Saga," specifically the song "California." "California Saga" is made up of 3 tracks from the Holland record. You have "California Saga," "Big Sur," California Saga, The Beaks of Eagles, which is a weird spoken word Mike Love thing. And then California Saga, California, which is kind of like a tribute to the California story history. It was written by Al Jardine. It has this great opening line by Brian, who was kind of back into the fold a little bit by this point. He's singing, on my way to sunny California, on my way to spend another sunny day. Then they all come in with that beautiful harmony. Water, water, get yourself in the cool, clear water. It's just really, really cool. A great vocal by Mike Love. And so I'm going to go with number 10, California Saga, California, written by Al Jardine. Number 9 is going to be a song. This is one of the songs that I remembered that, I was like, oh, why didn't I put that song on here? It's from the Beach Boys' last record called That's Why God Made the Radio. It's the second song on the record called the third song called Isn't It Time. It's a great little ukulele song. Again, a lot of co-leads by, you have Brian singing the verses. You have all the guys coming in on the chorus. Al Jardine has a little part, solo in the thing. Mike Love sings the second verse. So just a really, really good song. Really, really kind of just summery, peppy little song. And I remember when I heard this record, which you should get, by the way. It's from 2012 for the 50th anniversary. This is a fantastic record. That's Why God Made the Radio. And the song, Isn't It Time? And then you have, the surviving Beach Boys on that record. You have original Beach Boys, David Marks, Brian Wilson, Mike Love, and Al Jardine, and then obviously later Beach Boy Bruce Johnston on the record. So That's Why God Made the Radio. The song Isn't It Time is number 9. Number 8, I don't have anything to show. I think I have it on a box set, but it's the song Till I Die from the album Surf's Up. Just a very haunting song, very dark. Brian was going through some deep depression at that point. I love how that song ends. I didn't get to hear it live ever. I saw, Al and Brian, and then I saw Mike and Bruce. Neither time did they sing Till I Die. But there's a great version by the duo She and Him. They did an album called Melt Away, which is a tribute album to Brian Wilson. Just a beautiful song. I'm a cork on the ocean, floating out on the raging sea. That's it. How deep is the ocean? How deep is the ocean? And then Brian comes in. He just sings very shakily. At this point, his voice was starting to decline. But he's like, I lost my way. Hey, hey, hey. And then it's just, they got that beautiful ending, that coda with Mike singing, these things I'll be until I die. It's just, it's really haunting. I love that track so much. So number 8 is Till I Die. Number 7, again, I don't have anything to show for this track. I don't think. Oh yeah, it's from this record right here. From the Surfer Girl record, you have this song Little Deuce Coupe. So there's one of my, one of the car songs that made the cut. I've always loved Little Deuce Coupe. I love the drumming on there. The Little Deuce Coupe, you don't know what. It's so good. And yeah, just one of my favorite. It's my favorite of the car songs that the Beach Boys did. So that was a cool moment for me to hear Mike Love sing that. I think that was my favorite moment of the Beach Boys concert that I went to just a week or so ago in Williamsburg. So Little Deuce Coupe from Surfer Girl. Number 6 from my favorite record of all time, Pet Sounds. The final track on here, Caroline No. Again, you're going to see I like a lot of the more somber tunes. That's just who I am. I'm a songwriter kind of guy, and I love songs that are melancholy in that regard. And because it's the Beach Boys, I'm having a little summer shandy. So, cheers. But I'm going to go with Caroline No. Just a song about a guy. It's Brian singing. And I think they actually used some pitch alterations. They moved his pitch up like half a step or a full step so that his voice sounded younger. But he's got that, where did your long hair go? Where is the girl I used to know? How could you lose that happy glow? Oh, Caroline, no. just about, him seeing a woman who is aged, a woman that he had affections for, who is now much older. And it's got that beautiful final note, oh Caroline, no, oh Caroline, yeah, don't. It's fantastic, just beautiful. And then you have like the strings come in, and then you have like the train whistle. That was a highlight seeing Brian do that live. They had the train whistle play on the background. So Caroline, no. Great ending to my favorite record of all time, number 6. Number 5, we're going to go with the title track here. Again, another early track. See, I'm not all about the deep cuts. Surfer Girl. Never get tired of it. I think it's a beautiful song. I love the key change at the end where they go, so I say from me to you. It's so good how they get to that point. And then Brian hitting those falsettos, little one. So good. It's just a gorgeous track. Loved hearing that live with Brian. Yeah, everybody knows that song. I think it was music and words written by Brian Wilson, one of the few songs that he does both. So that man right there, just love him to death. Surfer Girl. Number 5. Number 4, I'm going to go with, again, I don't have it to show, Don't Worry Baby. Again, another early Beach Boys cut. Again, I'm kind of about like, a drag race. I guess I should have kept my mouth shut when I start to brag about my car. I love that guitar like that. Bling, 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 bling. It's so good. It's a great sound. But she looks in my eye. It's just, it's so good. So, yeah, one of those early Beach Boys tracks that I just absolutely love. So number 4, Don't Worry Baby. Number 3, we're going to go from this album, which was not an official album until 2004 when Brian Wilson put it out as a solo record. And then this came out in 2011 called The Smile Sessions. This is from Smile. It is the song Heroes and Villains. And I'm specifically picking the version from Smile because it has this whole part about the cantina where they sing, in the cantina, margarita keeps the spirits high. Just a really great song, lyrics by Van Dyke Parks. Kind of some Western themes to it. Kind of trippy in parts. That was the opening track when I saw Brian. They did the song Our Prayer, which is the instrumental at the beginning. The vocalizations are just fantastic. So Heroes and Villains, just a killer song, how it comes in with that horn. I've been in this town so long, I'm back in the city. It's fantastic. Heroes and Villains, number 3. Number 2, I don't have it to show. Again, I have it on a box set, but I didn't pull the box set. It's the title track from the album Surf's Up. It's the song Surf's Up. Just, I think, gorgeous. I do love the version on here. The 1967 solo version might be my favorite version of that song. Again, lyrics by Van Dyke Parks. It was meant for Smile. It ended up coming out a couple years later on the Surf's Up record. Some overdubbing, some changes in lead vocals. I think Carl took more of a lead on it. They kept some of the original Brian parts from a few years prior, which was weird because at that point Brian still had that beautiful falsetto, and on the Surf's Up record, like on the song Till I Die, his voice was already starting to wane a bit. So you have like this younger Brian Wilson voice on some tracks and like the older voice on the other tracks. So that was it. That was always interesting on the Surf's Up version, which I like, but that specific version from 1967 is just beautiful, just Brian on the piano. That was one of those songs that, the lyrics don't make a lot of sense. It's very abstract. Like the first line is, the diamond necklace played the pawn, hand in hand some drummed along to a handsome mannered baton. Bygone, bygone, a blind class aristocracy, back through the opera glass you see, the pit and the pendulum drawn. Bygone, bygone, colonnaded ruins domino. Canvas the town and brush the backdrop, are you listening? I'm surprised I remembered all that. That's just, I think it's just gorgeous. I think, if the number 1 song wasn't my favorite song of all time, this is definitely, obviously it's number 2, so it'd be my favorite Beach Boys song. Surf's Up is just fantastic. And again, it has nothing to do with the surfing genre or anything like that, because when they get to the part, Brian's singing, surfs up, aboard a tidal wave, come about hard and join the young and often spring you gave. Um, I heard the words, wonderful thing, a children's song. It's just, it's gorgeous. It's a perfect track. It's a perfect track. Surfs Up. Number 2, which, if anybody knows me, knows my favorite song of all time from my favorite album of all time is God Only Knows. I think the perfect song ever written. I think it's genius. I don't think there's anything wrong with that song. I learn about that song all the time. Um, Obviously, Carl Wilson sings the lead on it, and I never thought that at the end of that song, when you have all 3 voices coming in, doing the over and over again, God only knows what I'd be without, God only knows. That middle voice is Bruce Johnston, but Carl sings lead all the way until that last part, and it's Brian singing the lower part, like the lead part, and then the falsetto part. I think something like Carl wasn't in the studio, he couldn't be there that day, and they wanted to finish the song, so Brian is like kind of mimicking Carl's voice, and is doing, the God only knows what I'd be without, and then Bruce, God only knows what, and then Brian at the end, what I'd be without. It's just perfect. It's a perfect song. It's my favorite song of all time. I don't see how anything could ever overtake it. And with that to say, it's obviously my favorite Beach Boys track. Let me know what you think. Again, these are my choices. These are not, there's no, rhyme or reason to it other than the fact that I love these songs. They hold special places to me. And you might have had some matches. Play along in the comments. Let me know what you think. Again, my opinion. It's always, this channel is my opinion, so it's here for your entertainment. So I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you, we'll dig a little bit deeper into your Beach Boys catalog, and yeah, let me know what you think. All right, in the meantime, y'all be good, take care, and we'll talk to you in the next one. Bye now.